Welcome to Tom Time episode 10. Today we address the question, if humanoids replace our muscles and AI replaces our brains, what's left? The world is a roller coaster right now. One day, stocks drop because of a memo titled The 2028 Global Intelligence Crisis, predicting dramatic consequences for companies and the global economy. The other day, it's party time because NVIDIA delivers stellar quarterly numbers that beat Wall Street expectations. Now, everyone's head must be spinning. So let's slow down in today's Tom Time and ask the core question. If AI competes with our brains and humanoids with our muscles, what's left for us in this professional world? This is not a tech question, it's a policy question and an ethical dilemma. Because without an answer to this question, I am increasingly skeptical that we will see true systemic AI transformations in professional organizations, especially also in the legal and compliance profession anytime soon. Why? Not because the technology is not here and the momentum isn't real, because real transformation requires something many leaders are just not yet ready for or willing to do. Foundational change, disruption, and human capacity surplus needs sound management and steering. Of course, I hear people say, hey, we are overworked. AI brings us back to normal levels. I get this. That's only the first half of the game, though. The second half is a significant additional productivity gain that will reduce the need for people eventually. Get this. Legal AI Goliath Harvey's VC pitch is this: increasing lawyer productivity 10 times, meaning 10 lawyers today can do what one lawyer plus Harvey will do in the future. That's a 90% productivity gain. 9 out of 10 lawyers would not be needed under current models unless new work is being created. That outlook is not enticing for legal leaders in law firms or corporations. And let's look at the signals. Of course, we see a lot of AI license announcements in law firms, and that's great. But these are announcements. We don't see many major corporates announcing a subscription. And where are the lighthouse cases showing significant change in cost, speed, quality 3.5 years after GPT entered the world? There are a few early movers, I understand it, but that is not an industry-wide tectonic shift. Some price optimization, some portfolio pruning. But overall, we are still stalling a revolution. The marketing machines shout out, there is one. But when I look in the world and I'm at very, very innovative places with a lot of innovative companies, it is just not really catching fire. Let's zoom out for a moment and refocus on the question that I had posed earlier. The Industrial Revolution and now humanoids replace gross and fine motor skills. And AI is supposed to replace large parts of our cognitive work. So if knowledge becomes a commodity, what does it mean? Because prestige, especially also in the legal environment, is built on time and knowledge. Seniority, built on time and knowledge. Pay grades in organizations or partner tracks in law firms built upon time and knowledge. You see the dilemma? And on top of this, right now, corporate status and law firm status is still largely determined by the number of people reporting to you or being part of your practice group, your individual brand, your visibility, your seniority, your tenure. What if this script flips? What if a 27-year-old with AI augmentation immediately outperforms a 55-year-old lawyer with 30 years of experience, maybe even in the judgment part? AI also reduces spans of control, compresses hierarchy, challenges the leverage pyramid in law firms. We in legal particularly have lived long on the assumption that complexity protects us. But now AI breaks down that complexity into palatable nuggets. We are really entering uncharted territory, dear friends. Many leaders these days know this. And that's why the resistance we see is not because of technology. It's because of the human impact, because people fear losing their jobs, their brands, perhaps even their identity. And we will see impact on capacity sooner than later. In this whole equation, a lot of leaders get wrong the first question being asked. They are asking, how do we use AI in our organization? That's the wrong question. The real foundational question is this: what breaks in our organization if intelligence, if cognitive skills are no longer scarce? Because that touches compensation models, promotional pathways, governance structures, risk frameworks. I think we've all gotten the memo. AI is not a software update. It is a new commercial model with enormous consequences way beyond the current pitch. We will lead to efficiency gains. No, we will lead to institutional redesign. And general counsels are perfectly positioned to lead AI strategies given their standing and their analytical skills. They understand governance, risk, responsibility. Yesterday, however, I read in the American Lawyer that many legal departments are involved but not leading in AI strategy. I find this dangerous because if legal and compliance is reactive, AI strategy might only be based on commercial numbers. And a growing number of GCs, compliance officers, managing directors get this, creating cross-functional AI councils, building AI frameworks, steering process engineering, leading with human empathy. Yet, we all are challenged again and again with the question now, if AI replaces brain work, whether it's simple or complex, what is the unique human value proposition left? My answer: judgment, stewardship, and most importantly, care. But these are completely new human skill sets rather than technical, legal skill sets that are required. And they cannot be implemented via transformation workshops or via conferences that we attend. They require long, honest human conversations. We are racing really at 200 kilometers per hour on our straight AI highway, full throttle, celebrating our speed, but we are ignoring every exit. We're ignoring largely the dramatic human consequences coming with this. And that will not lead to sustainable change. Eventually, it will lead to professional brain rot. So what shall we do? Let's steer differently. Let's refocus. Let's sit down with our teams and ask them, as us, as our clients, what does AI mean for our roles, for our individual growth, for our identities? What does it mean for the way we work, we interact, we serve? AI strategies need to be designed with those questions and the human at the center, and not with software license purchases and fancy AI-first communications. Because if the muscle is replaced, the brain is replaced, what's left is character, ethics, responsibility, listening, vision. The legal profession has a choice, and that applies to every professional service right now. Be shaped or be chafed by AI. Alternatively, let's shape how AI redesigns our work and ultimately also our societies with questions that start with the human impact. Thank you very much for watching Tom Time episode 10. I really appreciate you spending the time with me. We are now entering a bit of a spring break and will be resuming Tom Time in April. Until then, stay tuned and please lead responsibly. Take care.